America, right now there's looting in Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri. A 18-year-old boy was shot. You might hear about it on the national news tomorrow. And everyone's going to try and make this into a race issue. And at its face, it is a race issue. A black unarmed kid was shot. 100% of the people I've seen in these videos are black. So it looks like it's a race issue at its face. But look at the bigger picture. Is this a race issue or is this a class issue? Would these people be looting right now if they had a TV? They loot for a TV. These people had a really good education. Would they be looting a peanut butter Reese's Pieces thing from a gas station? No, they wouldn't. In America, we have one of the worst income inequalities in the entire world. I'm going to provide evidence below, 2 links that introduce income inequality in America. If anyone denies income inequality in America, I'd love to have a discussion with you. I'd point towards schools which have 100% minorities, and minorities are more likely to be born into poor families, which have less resources, which means the schools will have less resources. I'd point to you towards the rich avoiding taxes. Facebook, I'm pretty sure Facebook or other companies had to pay less than 0 taxes in the past couple years. I'll point to you towards the huge saddle of economic debt that the middle class students have had to take on in the private education system and public education system. Billions and billions of dollars are being taken out in debt by the middle class. Below, I'm going to provide a link that shows that social mobility is incredibly skewed. If you're poor, you're likely to stay poor. If you're rich, you're likely to stay rich. The rich aren't born more intelligent than the poor. The poor aren't born less intelligent than the rich. These are the people who are born and then we're missing out on manpower, America. We're missing out on people who could be productive members of society. And I'm not advocating for socialism. I'm not even advocating for welfare. Like Bill O'Reilly said in the 2012 elections when Obama won. He said that we have a nation of 50% takers. We have 50% of people who want things, and that's why Obama won. And politics aside, I'm not talking about a system of welfare here. We need a system of education where we can provide public schools in these areas with better educational systems. We need to hunker down on welfare, make sure the people who need it are getting it, make sure people who are abusing it aren't getting it. We need to, and I'm going through things I would do if I wanted to fight income inequality in America. We have the poor, and we need to do something to help them, but we need to do it smartly and moderately. I think the dichotomy of liberalism and conservatism keeps us at extremes. There's no extreme. There's only the golden Goldilocks zone for everything. I think we need to decriminalize marijuana. We have the private prison system who's putting these poor people, it's not, I was going to say black, but it's poor people who get sent into prison. And then if you're my friend, I have a friend who got caught with an Adderall-like substance, and then he comes from a wealthy family. So he does not have to go to prison, although he is, that drug is a class A or B felony crime, and he didn't have to go to prison because his parents could pay thousands of dollars to get him out of it. If you're going to argue that income inequality isn't a thing, if you're going to argue that the poor are just lazy, you're partly right. The poor are lazy. Some people I know are lazy and take governmental welfare for granted. That doesn't make my point any less acute. Okay, we have a system of inequality in America. We have segregated the poor into these areas, and then unless we change something, we're going to get riots. We're going to get a second-hand citizen type in America who's poor, class, remember class and race are intertwined. And sorry, I should have probably done this with cuts and stuff, but you're going to have to deal with it for now. and we're just going to have even the middle class. The middle class is going to be saddled with educational debt, and this is all leading somewhere bad, and I can feel it. And then politicians can't talk about it because of the system we have in place, which has them having to answer to constituents, which has them having to speak on extremes. You know, if you're liberal, you can't think moderately. If you're conservative, you can't think moderately. We need more moderate, virtuous politics in place right now, because I'm afraid people are going to die tonight. There's on Facebook, there's a video of cops with M16s. I don't even know what gun that is, because I don't really do guns. But people might die tonight, and people are going to say it's because of race, but it's not. It's because of income inequality, and you should probably share, if not my video, you should share the videos I have below, and at least inform yourself on this, and then we should, as a country, talk about income inequality openly and moderately. Not liberally, not conservatively, moderately. Thanks. Mate Stefanescu.